Alright, this is gonna be a video. I know I haven't uploaded in a while, and that's just my bad, but I really want to start doing stuff again. So I'm gonna just be talking about what I like about myself, what I don't like about myself, things along those, lines. Sorry. Number one, sometimes I'm a hard ass when I shouldn't be. Sometimes I can be a stick in the mud, and I know when I'm sticking in the mud, and I think it ruins some things sometimes. Time with family, time with friends, and it sucks. But I really just need to like improve my way of handling emotions, I guess. It's really important as a person. I just gotta work on that. What else don't I like about myself? I'm not as fit as I'd like to be or where I think I should be. I really should be taking fitness more seriously just because it would really improve a lot about my life, how I feel about myself, how I feel throughout the day, and stuff like that. What's next? Gotta be better with time management. Really bad. I lose track of time. It flows so quickly when I'm not focused on it. 30 minutes will pass and I'll forget to text somebody or just communicate, whatever I gotta communicate. Next, I hate how much I'm on my phone, man. I think that's most people right now, but it's just kind of a big waste of time. It's not even like I'm doing anything. It's not that I'm not being productive, right? It's that I do not remember or recall what I just looked at maybe like 10 minutes ago. I think it's just big waste of time. If I really wanted, I guess, to stay in the loop, I would just read, read, read the news, read stuff like that. What's next? Oh, I'm not as close with my friends as I would like to be. I'm close with them, but I guess I can't really talk to them about emotions or anything like that. I don't know if that's because I'm a guy or that's normal, but that's something I don't like. And a big one for me is that I rely on what's it called, outside motivation instead of self motivation. And I think that's something that everybody needs to have an inner sense of motivation, just because there's not always going to be outside external factors motivating you. Next, my Spanish really needs to improve, man. I feel like I've come into a plateau. I feel like for a while I was actively trying to get my Spanish better, but now it is better. It's noticeably better compared to how I used to be, but it could be way better. And that's just something I have to get back on. What else? My last thing I don't like about myself is that I do not know how to take a compliment, and I'm not sure why that is. That's something I just need to focus on, and I guess talk to about myself. If that makes any sense, I guess reflect on that, why I do that, how I respond. But all right, those are the things I don't like about myself. But I'm gonna go over a few things to like about myself. And this list was actually harder to make than the first one for some reason. I guess it really shows how much I need to prove upon myself as a person to really be happy with where I am. So, what I like about myself is that I'm more cleaner and organized than I used to be. I know that might not be like big to most people, but I was pretty unorganized and not dirty, but I guess unorganization. I just felt dirty. So another thing is that I'm willing to always help when people need it. I'm never a person to, I guess, like gatekeep anything I know, or I'm very willing to teach people hands on, even if it takes a second to do so. All right, I don't give up easily is another thing about myself. If I have something and I really do enjoy it, or if I'm doing a task, I'll try to do it to completion. And that even might be like even kind of a downside because I get so focused on something and then time just passes by. But that's what I like about myself. Another one along those lines is that I don't go back on my morals. If something doesn't align with what I think is right, I really won't go for it. Now, next one is that I stand up for what I believe in, which kind of relates to my last one. I really do stand up for my beliefs, and I don't like, just because somebody doesn't agree with me, that doesn't mean I'm gonna be quiet about what I really think. I just think that's not right. You know, whether it just be my opinion on an idea, my opinion on, like, I guess, what am I even trying to say? Somebody's personal life, I guess. I try to be as true and as honest as I can be. and do things and act in certain ways that align with my morals. Next, oh, this is one I do really like about myself. Is I don't really care if I look cringe. I'll do whatever it is with shame, even, but or I don't know if shame's the right word. I'll do whatever it is, even if people look on me like shame. I like Pokemon cards. I collect Pokemon cards. I don't hide that, even though that's, I guess, kind of like a nerdy and childish thing to do. But I don't hide that from anybody at all. Just because I'm living my true life, being my true self, and I think that's really important to live a fulfilling life. The last thing I like about myself is that I know my faults, and I feel like that it takes a lot to be willing to admit where you're lacking in some areas. And furthermore, I also like that I do try to improve on them. Not only do I know that I have them, but I actively go out my way to improve them just because I really, I need to. Everybody needs to. And I think it's really important to do so. You know. All right, that's my just little, I guess, exercise I put upon myself to do a little task, just to talk more, write some things down. I guess have some things I want to improve on. You know what I mean? But that's what I got. That's gonna be the video for today, guys. If anybody finds this, thank you for watching. Appreciate you guys, and hope you guys have a good day and a good night. Also, guys, sorry for whispering. It's just late at night, and I have people sleeping next to me in the next door, and just didn't want to wake anybody up on accident. But thanks for watching, guys.